Good morning. Today we are going to learn about the angle joint. So this is the skeleton of the right angle joint. Angle joint is a type of uniaxial synovial joint. It is an example for a modified hinge joint because the transverse axis for the movement of the angle joint is slightly inclined downwards towards the lateral aspect. That is why it is a modified hinge joint. So that is the type of joint. Coming to the bones forming the articular surfaces. So above we have the tibiofibular mortise. This is called the tibiofibular mortise. That is inferior articular surface of the tibia and the inner aspect of medial malleolus and the inner aspect of the lateral malleolus formed by fibula. These three together are called the tibiofibular mortise. Inferiorly, the articular surface is formed by the upper surface of talus and the medial and the lateral aspect of talus. Upper surface of talus is convex from before backwards and the medial articular surface is comma shaped. It is the comma shaped articular facet for articulating with the medial malleolus of tibia. So you have a comma shaped articular facet in the medial aspect, and in the lateral aspect this is the triangular articular facet for articulating with the lateral malleolus of fibula. So there is a convex upper surface, there is a comma shaped medial surface, there is a triangular articular facet in the lateral aspect. So these three surfaces, medial, lateral and upper surface together are called the trochlea tali. So we have the tibiofibular mortise proximally and distally we have the trochlea tali that is formed by the upper, medial and lateral surface of the talus. Ligaments forming the angle joint. So we have the capsular ligament and we have the ligament in the medial aspect and ligaments in the lateral aspect. So capsular ligament will enclose the joint completely. Coming to the ligament in the medial aspect. So in the medial aspect the ligament is called deltoid ligament. Deltoid ligament has got two parts. It has got a superficial part and a deep part. The superficial part has in turn got three parts based on where it is attached. So you will name the ligament from tibia to the lower bones. So the anterior part is called the tibio-navicular ligament because it is attached from the tip of the medial malleolus of tibia to the tuberosity of navicular bone. So this ligament is called the tibio-navicular ligament. Then in the middle, from the tip of the medial malleolus to the sustentacular talus of calcaneum. This is the calcaneum and this is the sustentacular talus of calcaneum. So that is called the tibio-calcaneal ligament. The intermediate part is called tibio-calcaneal ligament. And the posterior part is called posterior tibio-talar ligament. That is from the tip of the medial malleolus to the medial tubercle of talus. This is the medial tubercle of talus. So this ligament is called the posterior tibio-talar ligament. So the superficial part of deltoid ligament has got three parts: anterior, intermediate and posterior. The anterior part is called tibio-navicular ligament. The intermediate part is called tibio-calcaneal ligament and the posterior part is called posterior tibio-talar ligament. So these are the three parts of the superficial part of deltoid ligament. Now there is a deep part for the deltoid ligament. The deep part is from medial malleolus of tibia to the medial surface of talus below the comma shaped facet. So this ligament will be called anterior tibio-talar ligament. So this ligament was superficial part, posterior aspect, it is called posterior tibio-talar ligament because it is posteriorly. And this is called anterior because it is more anteriorly. So it is anterior tibio-talar ligament from the medial malleolus to the medial surface of talus below the comma shaped facet. So thus deltoid ligament has got two parts. There is a superficial part and deep part. Superficial part has got three parts: anterior, intermediate and posterior. Anterior part is called tibio-navicular ligament. Intermediate part is called tibio-calcaneal ligament. Posterior part is called posterior tibio-talar ligament. And the deep part is called anterior tibio-talar ligament. So that is the ligaments in the medial aspect. Coming to the lateral aspect. There are three ligaments. The ligaments are named from the lower bones to the fibula. In the anterior aspect you have a ligament from the neck of talus to the lateral malleolus. So that ligament will be called anterior talofibular ligament. Anterior talofibular ligament. Similarly, there is a ligament from the posterior tubercle, the posterior tubercle of talus. From the posterior tubercle of talus to the lateral malleolus, you have posterior talofibular ligament. Posterior talofibular ligament. And from the lateral surface of calcaneum to the tip of the lateral malleolus, you have the calcaneofibular ligament. So there are three ligaments on the lateral aspect. One is anterior talofibular ligament. Then you have posterior talofibular ligament, and below you have the calcaneofibular ligament. These are the three ligaments on the lateral aspect. Then coming to the movements that are happening in the angle joint. So since it is a uniaxial hinge joint, there are only two movements occurring in one axis. The axis is a transverse axis with a slight inclination downward towards the lateral aspect. And the two movements occurring are dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. This is how you do plantar flexion, and this is how you do dorsiflexion. These are the two movements. Okay. Muscles helping in dorsiflexion are, so you have the tibialis anterior, extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus, and peroneus tertius. These are the dorsiflexors of the angle joint. And coming to the plantar flexors, they are the muscles in the posterior compartment. So you have the gastrocnemius and soleus are the prime plantar flexors, and they are assisted by the deep muscles flexor hallucis longus, flexor digitorum longus, and tibialis posterior. So these are the muscles causing plantar flexion. This is the fibrous capsule that has been cut open in the anterior aspect so that you can see the interior of the angle joint. You can make out the tibiofibular mortis. So this is the tibiofibular mortis, and this is the part of trochlear tali, that is upper convex surface. You can see the smooth glistening appearance because of the presence of articular cartilage. So this is the articular surfaces. So this is the lateral aspect. These are the tendons of the peroneus longus and the peroneus brevis on the lateral aspect. And if you retract these tendons, you can see a ligament here. This ligament is the posterior talofibular ligament. This is the posterior talofibular ligament. Then this ligament is the calcaneofibular ligament. This ligament, calcaneofibular ligament. This is the posterior talofibular ligament. And the anterior talofibular ligament will be seen in this aspect, which cannot be appreciated in this specimen, from the neck of talus to the lateral malleolus over here. So that is the ligaments in the lateral aspect. So this is the tendon of tibialis posterior, and underneath the tendon of tibialis posterior, if you retract it, you can see the fibers of the deltoid ligament.